when you make this trap, you're going to want to try to keep this piece as vertical as possible, because if you have it like this, then your trap isn't going to be as sensitive, and it's not going to be as stable either. So you want to try to make it really forward, not like out here or way down there, but somewhere in the between. About a 45-degree angle is safe. So then for your trigger stick, you're just going to cut another notch into the end. Right there. You want to make this one deep enough for the other stick to grab into. You want to make it nice and square. So that it's going to sit like that. And then your lever stick is going to try to pull it this way. So you want to make sure this is deep enough to hold your lever. But you also don't want to weaken the end of it too much, because it might just break on you then instead of holding. So it's a careful balance, a tricky balance. But so you cut that, and then this is where you measure. This is where you actually measure. You have your support stick. You have your support stick here. I'm just going to stick it in the ground. You don't actually want to do that when you're setting it up for real, but and then you have your lever stick here, and then you have this trigger stick, and you're going to kind of just make a note of where that hits, about there. So then you're going to take this piece, and in line with the notch, or this chisel shaped end, you're going to make it nice and square on the front where that stick was hitting about, and then you're going to cut it square on this side too. It doesn't really matter left or right which side you cut square, it just matters what it's going to affect what you do next, but it doesn't really matter either way. So now that we've had that part cut, we can put in the lever stick again. We can hold this up to it about where we want it to go. Now we can make a mental note that we want to cut our notch right here. Taking off our gloves, and then we have to make sure that we keep that in mind, and we're just going to put a mark there, just a little mark. Now we want to cut it so that it's 90 degrees to this notch. So you want to hold it so that it's exactly 90 degrees, and then cut it. This one doesn't need to be too deep, because you don't really want it to be too deep actually, because you want it to just grab that stick, and you're going to want to cut this one back a